Sarah is back now to share some of her tried and true cleaning tools that will make spring cleaning easy this year. And Sarah, this is really good news because I think a lot of us have a love-hate relationship with spring cleaning. It feels so good when it's done, but it is so daunting to start. So give us all the tools, please.
Okay, well, contrary to popular belief, I actually do not like spring cleaning either, but I do love gadgets or items or tools that make the job easier. And with so much out there, there's really so much. It's hard to figure out what kind of the best products to go with are. So I've got some of my tried and tested favorites and why I use those over other brands or other items. So I'm going to start today with my mop. Okay, let's see which mop's on top. So, this is a pretty common, I think, especially when we were young, Tracy. This is what a mop looked like. It had a sponge bottom, and then, you'd bend it and you'd squish it over the water and you'd clean your floors. But this one's a problem for me for a couple of reasons. First of all, you have to clean it after each use, right? And let it thoroughly dry before you store it, or it's going to harbor bacteria. And quite honestly, even when you're using a sponge on the floor, it's probably going to be spreading more germs than it's cleaning up anyway. So I much prefer this because it's way easier and more effective. Okay. So it's a little awkward having these up on my table, but I hope you can see it. So this is a spray mop. This is the Freedom Spray Mop from Wyman. And what I love about this is a few things. First of all, you see this container right here? This pops open and you can add your own cleaners. And then, I just got some on myself, and then it's got a really nice microfiber cloth on the bottom. And the cool thing about that is it just peels right off and you can throw it in the washing machine. You can have an extra one on hand, so you always have one on the go. It's just so much easier. You don't have to carry a bucket around the house with you. It's convenient. And then, if we're talking about how often are we going to mop our floors, with this, honestly, if I've done a spill in the kitchen or something like that, you could just use this every day because there's just a handle on there and you spray the spritz in front of it and go to town. But realistically, high traffic areas like your kitchens, your bathrooms, do those once a week. And then, quieter areas around the house, every 2 weeks, mopping them is probably okay.
Ooh, that's good. That actually makes it look way easier than the whole, sticking in the water,
so
sticking on the floor, emptying out the dirty stuff. So really good solution there. Let's talk bathrooms. So if you have a shower and the walls, it's like a glass wall in the shower, let's talk about cleaning those walls. You have a trick to make this easier, and I think I use this trick as well.
My mom taught me this trick years ago, is to use a squeegee in your shower, and you just scrape from the top, working your way down all the surfaces, the walls, whether they're tile or glass. And even if you're in a standalone shower and you've got tiles on the floor there, I scrape those right to the drain as well. And the cool thing, you can get these anywhere. And a lot of them will have this suction cup on them. So you can just stick it right at eye level on the wall. So whoever's in the shower has no excuse not to use it because they're staring right at it the whole time they're in there. And it works really well.
Absolutely. And it is kind of fun. You just give it a squeegee. The kids are into it as well. It's like a fun little game you play when you're done. Or at least tell them it's a game, like anything to get them to clean. Okay, so let's talk about houses. If they were renovated about 15 to 20 years ago, full of stainless steel appliances, a lot of us have them. We love how shiny they are, but the fingerprints are brutal. How are you making this a bit easier for us to clean, Sarah?
This product to me is the easiest one that I've ever used. It's Wyman's stainless steel cleaning polish or wipes. Now, this was my go-to for a number of years, but I get a little vigorous with my spraying. And when this gets on the floor, just as a little warning, it gets slippery if you don't clean it off really well right away. So then I've switched to the wipes, and they're easy. You pull one out, you can clean your entire fridge in minutes. And so sometimes you just want the easiest solution, right?
Almost always when I'm cleaning, give me something easy. And speaking of easy, your last one, you're calling this your secret weapon. What have you got for us?
Yeah, you know what? I'm a huge fan of having baking soda and water like a paste to clean things, so much so that this little jar here has baking soda in it, and it sits on my counter all the time, just so I have access to it. But sometimes you need to raise the bar, so to speak. So I use Barkeeper's Friend. Actually, the first time I tried it was years ago on a segment, and I think I was cleaning, scouring pots and pans and old baking sheets, trying to find a solution to clean those. It works really, really well on most non-porous surfaces. You want to avoid certain things, though, like marble and granite or your non-stick cookware. That's a no. You also, and this is important, want to only leave it on your surface for about a minute, or it may stain or scratch. So that's kind of nice though, because that means you have to just clean it up quickly. It's not like you have to sit it there for 15 minutes and let it work its magic. Every time I do a segment in this kitchen, Trace, that goes in the sink the night before. I give it a good wipe down, and then you give it a really good rinse. That's the other important thing. And it works its magic. And you also may want to wear gloves. They do recommend that you wear gloves when you're using it as well, but it's 100% worth it.
Thanks for making spring cleaning easier, Sarah, or at least a little less painful. I'm going to start today, I promise.